Guys, what's going on? I am testing out a new platform, Restream. I want to see if it works, so I decided I would do a quick Q&A and say hello to everybody, and basically do something I call Dr. Boyce Exposed, where I let you ask me any question you want to ask me, and if you give me a one sentence question, I will give you a one sentence answer. So as you come into the chat, I'll let you guys know what's going on in my life. Today, the stock market had a really interesting kind of bounce back. It died pretty quickly, and in the morning was really terrible. And what's crazy is that the stock market dropped because all the retail investors, meaning little guy, the mom and pop, non-institutional investors, were the ones selling their stock. So when they were all selling their stock, it plummeted the prices down. Anybody remember how this morning the stock price was like the prices were ridiculously low? Well, since that time, what happened was that there was a big comeback. And when there was a comeback, a lot of people missed out on the comeback because they had already sold their stock. And so I was reading the article in Bloomberg, and basically it just, a lot. Basically, the thing about investing is that if you don't have the stomach to withstand a downturn, you ain't gonna do so well. You don't invest for the next 2 days. You invest for the next 5 years, 10 years. Where can I invest my IRA? I would do it in an index fund, maybe S&P 500. What cryptos are you buying? I'm not buying any more crypto right now. I own enough. I'm just holding the crypto that I have. What is this talk I just heard about people losing their voting rights? Um, I don't know. I hadn't heard it. I don't know nothing about that. I think the Democrats say they kind of that's a dog whistle topic. I think they need to talk about reparations. What do you think about Evergrande, the Chinese stock? I'm not buying. I'm not buying anything in China because China's too volatile. Hey Doc, how are you holding up? I'm holding up good, thank you. Growing up Jamaican. What stock are you referring to? I gave some stock picks. What was it? I like Amazon. Also, if you support the channel and become a patron, what I've started doing is putting stock picks in the Patreon. So if you join the Patreon, you can go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. So if you support the channel, then I'll send you some stock picks that I researched myself. Is the 200 moving day average a good indicator? Theoretically, in graduate school, they used to make jokes about technical analysis like that. They used to say that that was bullshit, but I don't believe that. I don't think it was total BS. Did you vote for Trump? No, I did not. I did not vote for Biden either. If we really want to build wealth, should we stop putting money into other people's companies? Um, no, I mean, they own your company, so why shouldn't you own their companies too? I say you mix it up. Joe Biden just called someone the son of a bee. He did. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Thoughts on Square stock? I like Square. Tomorrow we have stock market investing class. If you go to boycewatkins.com and look for the stock market investing class, you can find it there. You can do the first 2 weeks for free. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. Is what Michi X says about you the truth? I don't know what Michi said about me. I don't really follow that. Let's see. Dre, what is the most lucrative investment you've invested in so far? How did it work out? The most lucrative investment I ever made was education. I went to school for a long time, and I'm still, being able to benefit 20 years later from things I did a long time ago. What's an index fund? Can you explain? I'll explain very quickly. It's basically like a mixture of a lot of different assets all in one stock. There's a stock market investing class you could take. Just go to boycewatkins.com, and I explain everything and then some. It's very easy, and your whole family can do it. So I can't explain it all right now because I'm only here for talking for a few minutes. Dr. Boyce, the level up class was amazing. Good, Charles. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And by the way, the level up consultations, that's not really a class. That's literally a private VIP discussion. So in case you want to know what the level ups are, I decided that what I would do is get like 8 people together, and there is a fee. It's not free, and consult with you. For 3 hours, just chop it up. You and me talking face to face in a small group setting, and I really wanted to test it out because I'm trying to test out what might be a good mastermind. It's not for everybody. Masterminds are not built to have thousands of people in them. The mastermind would be maybe like 30 people, 40 people, and so the price point would be higher. But the goal is that if you, by investing in the mastermind, you can level up your economic life, level up your business, stuff like that. It's not for everybody, right? We have things that, are just a couple $100, things like that. But the mastermind would be an investment. But the reason that masterminds work, because I've signed up for masterminds, is because if you're around the right people and having the right conversations, you can take your business to the next level. So I am looking to put it together. I just got to make sure it looks right and that it makes sense. I'm looking for an investment firm. Any recommendations? No recommendations that come to mind. I had money with Merrill Lynch and TD Ameritrade and E Trade, stuff like that. All the banks, have Bank of America, they all have stuff in place. Let's see here. Let's see. Moving on. What do you think about Altos Labs? I don't know that stock. If you go to the stock market class, boycewatkins.com, you can join my stock market class. You put the question in there, leave it for me next week, and I will answer. I will research it for you and give you an answer in class on Tuesday. We meet every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, so you can leave me a question in advance. Let's see here. Do you trade Forex? No, not really. We do have a Forex trading program. We partner with a guy named Courtney Logan, who's really smart attorney out of St. Louis, and he teaches our Forex program. Would you recommend buying Broadway Financial? Oh, I don't know that company. I'm sorry. What's your net worth? I don't know. It's there. I think I was on Celebrity Net Worth or something. I was kind of surprised by that, but I'm not. I don't pay attention to that crap. What's happening, Dr. Boyce? Rod tuning in from NYC. How you doing, Rod? Good to see you, man. Peace. Did you ever do research on the Aboriginal Republic of North America? No, I did not. By the way, if you give me a question that's multiple sentences, I'm only going to read the first sentence. If it's a paragraph, I'm not going to read the whole paragraph. So give me one sentence question. I will give you one sentence answer. I love all of y'all, but I can't talk to everybody. If you want to talk to me for a long time, join the Level Up. The next time we do one, come to the Level Up, and you can talk to me for a good whole 10 minutes, and it'll be all focused on you. But I can't do that with everybody. Let's see. What should young people who have very little money invest in today? $5 a day. I got a $5 a day plan. Look it up. Just look up Dr. Boyce Watkins, $5 a day. I think the book, my assistant put the book on Amazon. You can get it for like $3 or $4 or something. And it literally explains how to invest for $5 a day. So you don't need much money to invest. Let's see. How will China's decisions affect cryptocurrency this week? I think crypto's in trouble no matter what. You could see a crypto winner. So don't put all your money in Bitcoin. It won't be a good move. You think the market may go down more or just a fear reaction? It could go down more. There's a lot of reasons to believe that it could go down even more. I just purchased some Bitcoin. Good for you. What's your prediction for the air and water quality over the next 25 years? It's going to go down. Are you ever going to have a giveaway for people who can't afford your classes? That's a good point. Email support@theblackbusinessschool.com, support@theblackbusinessschool.com, and they can figure something out for you. Like, we don't want money to be a barrier for you to be a part of the Black Business School, but it can't be free because freedom ain't free. We teach a lot of people for a very low cost, but you got to raise money. If you don't raise your own money, then you have to go beg corporations for money. You got to go beg the government for money. I got to go beg the white man for money, and I don't want to do that. So ultimately, we can't do everything for free. But what we do is we think very carefully about ethical pricing mechanisms that allow us to raise the revenue we need and give you a service you need. So if you take, for example, a lot of our programs and compare them to the stuff that's out here, you got people charge you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for stuff. Universities are charging $100,000. We'll have something really good for like $400 for $500. The Black Wealth Boot Camp's $500. So, and it's fine with me because I'm able to make the money that we need and then, give value. The other thing too is we have money back guarantees on everything. So if you're not happy, we give you your money back. So feel free to go take a look. It's boycewatkins.com, or if you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. What's the most lucrative business structure? I don't know. I mean, I have a C Corp and an LLC. Those are the LLC is usually what people start with. Let's see here. What do you think about ChargePoint? I like ChargePoint. Long-term investment, though. Thoughts on Tilray? Cannabis will eventually do well. Tilray, I don't know how long I don't know if they're going to survive or not. They're not even making a profit yet, I don't think. Determining factors for the next A, B, and C. It was cost. We had to raise that money ourselves, and it was very expensive. These conferences cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's really a massive undertaking, but we pulled it off. The convention was very good. Everybody loved it. And we're almost sold out for next year. So that was how great, like, people loved this convention so much that they literally bought almost all the tickets we're going to have for next year. So I'll let you guys know when the tickets go on sale, but we won't have many because that sucker sold out like real fast. So I was really excited about that, to get that support, so I appreciate that. Do you think the world is coming to an end? It could. It could come to an end anytime. I mean, remember, North Korea and China have hypersonic missiles that can get from, China to New York in 20 minutes undetected by radar and blow half New York off the map. Like don't, I mean, literally, your whole life could change just like that, just in the blink of an eye. So, always count your blessings. Never, ever act like everything is going to always be the way it is. It's not. I just subscribed to the Dr. Boyce Watkins YouTube channel. Well, thank you, Deanna. I hope that you like it. Let's see here. What do you think about the DWAC stop? I don't know what the DWAC stop is. Sorry. What do you think about charge point? Let's see. You already asked about that. I didn't know about the channel until today. Oh, okay. Yeah. If anybody wants to see my YouTube channel, you can go to drboycetv.com or just go to boycewatkins.com. There's a lot of stuff on that page. How can we save black folks from the Democrats, especially our women? I don't know. That's a mystery to me. I think that you have two types of black people. Two types of black people. You got the ones you can control and the ones you can't control. That's it. They got the ones they can control, the ones they can't control. I'm in the second category. You can't control me. But the ones they can't control, they manipulate them. They give them, instant gratification. They give them, fried chicken and dancing and hip hop music. And next thing you know, they'll do anything, so ultimately it's, it is what it is. Should the black community create a third party to win local elections? Sure. Why not? Do you think that the conflict of Russia and Ukraine will have an effect on the market? Yes, it will. It already is. It's affecting energy prices. Is now a good time to bet on options recovering next quarter? Well, I mean, they could. They could. If I get some stock options, I would get some long-term options. I wouldn't get no short-term options. They could do anything. Do you invest in properties? Yes, I do. Bitcoin, I got some. Good for you. Good evening, brother. How do I connect to the Tuesday class? Go to boycewatkins.com and look for my stock market investing class. You can get the first 2 weeks for free. So you can come to class tomorrow for free. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. It's right there. Or if you're on Instagram, just hit the link in the bio. It's all right there in the bio. Let's see here. Is DCG with Jamar James the real deal? Yeah, I like Jamar James. I think he's smart. Thoughts on the trajectory of the market? It's very volatile right now. There's a lot of fear and the confidence in what they call irrational exuberance that drove the market last year. A lot of that's gone. So the market's not confident like it used to be. So ultimately, you could be looking at a really ugly stock market going into 2022. The question is, how is the Fed going to taper? They know they're going to taper. The question is, how bad is it going to be? And how rapidly, how many times, how high are they going to push interest rates? So they know what's going to happen. The bad news is coming. You just don't know how ugly it's going to be when it gets here. Is Robinhood trustworthy? I think Robinhood's fine. I mean, I would put my stocks in more than one account, though. Just order your $5 a day book for myself and my 12-year-old. Good. All right, Keon. Good for you. Good for you. Do you think the market will turn around the next 2 months? It could, but I invest for the next 5 years. I think if you invest for a 5-10 year horizon, you do better than if you try to time the market. It's very hard to do. Let's see. I like red days, best time to buy. Good for you. I say pick a strategy, just be consistent with it. That's what I do. I don't change my strategy much based on what the market did that day. I just kind of do the same thing over and over. That way you take all the craziness out of it. You're not freaking out like, oh my God, it went up and down. You got to stay cool. Do you think these mandates will end when people stop being crazy? What do you think about the X1 credit card? I don't know anything about it. What are your thoughts on Sandbox and Mana? I'm learning more about it. We got some crypto people in the Black Business School that are educating me on the metaverse. I've been watching videos, kind of reading articles about it. I'll be pretty educated on it in the next 2 or 3 months. It's kind of when Bitcoin first really blew up on the scene. And I was reading books about it, thinking about it, trying to understand the trajectory of it. So metaverse is very intriguing to me because you guys know I play Call of Duty, a video game that's right in the metaverse. And so I'm really interested in this idea of kind of creating these digital economies. I think that's really fascinating. What are the chances of America reaching stagflation? Asked Cameron. They're very, very high. We're already getting signs of stagflation, so you got to be really careful with that. Tyrone, what is your opinion on house Negroes? They're going to always be here. They like roaches. They'll never die. I like that you can't control me. There you go. That's right, Dre. Let me see here. I attended your Philly convention a few years ago. That was real value. Thank you. You are absolutely welcome. You're absolutely welcome. What about cannabis stocks? I like cannabis. Cannabis is a great industry, but you got to be a long-term investor. Intel, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know anything about Intel. You skip questions. Yeah, I can't answer them all. Peace and good evening, doctor. I bought a course during the pandemic, and I'm trying to gain access to it. Email if you have any issues with the Black Business School, just email support@theblackbusinessschool.com. Support@theblackbusinessschool.com. I'll say it one more time. Support@the theblackbusinessschool.com. We got a whole support team waiting right there to talk to you. We want to make sure everybody's happy. Do you see any progress in cannabis stocks? It could happen, but it'll be further down the line. You read my question, but you did. Okay. But you didn't answer it. Okay. Bro, put it in there again. How's Dr. Anderson doing? He's old, tired, but he's, hanging in there, doing the best he can. He's a great guy, but he's 87. That's an achievement in itself. Let's see here. Did you buy land from the Hereafter Farms? Yes, I did. Thoughts on little hats? You talking about Jewish people? I ain't got much to say about that. They're good with wealth. they know how to manage their community's finances, and they know how to hold people accountable. Like in the Jewish community, you ain't gonna have no bunch of celebrities run around, wasting money and then talking about, well, I don't owe my community nothing. Like that's just crazy. And then the fact that you got Negroes that'll say that stuff like, well, get your hands out that man pocket. Get your hand out that man pocket. It's just stupid. It's slave talk. It's irritating. Let's see. Your thoughts on using student loans to invest with? Could theoretically work out just as long as they're safe investments. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. I'm not saying that. It's a source of capital. As long as you ain't doing nothing illegal. Do you ever think America will have a national Black party? Yes, we will. At some point. Are you doing any conferences here or soon? If not, if so, where? Nothing physical I can think of. We're going to be at the Essence Music Fest. So if you go to the Essence Music Festival, we'll be there. So you can go hang out with us. My wife will be there. The whole, a lot of cool people will be there. Where's Black America's money? I don't know, at the Gucci store. Why don't you go back to yours? You should link with Hotep Jesus. Okay, cool. There are 10 Black companies with IPOs that total about $250 or $250 billion. Airline stocks are a good purchase. I agree. I reported it. Who'd you have to report, Mimi? Are you familiar with Mayor Rothschild? No, I'm not. U.S. has reached a level of debt that's unsustainable. Yes, they have. The thoughts on the NFT. Would you do a class on crypto? Yes, we have a crypto club. If you go to boycewatkins.com, you can find the Black Crypto Club that we have. It's very, very good. We have a lot of experts that can help you really learn everything you want to know about crypto. They're really good. Let's see here. Do you own Shiba coins? No. What do you think about Blink? I haven't researched it, but if you join the class, just leave the question for me and I'll research it for you. What are your thoughts on giving out solid information for free, like the good brothers at Earn Your Leisure? I give a lot of information for free, and I love the brothers at Earn Your Leisure. Thank you for your donation. Should I buy crypto right now? I am. What is the most lucrative investment that you have done with credit? Most lucrative? Probably going to college. I think education is valuable. I just don't think everybody should overspend on college. I think if you overspend on college, then that's when you get in trouble. Was crack worth destroying billions? What was it? Was crack worth destroying billions of dollars in wealth in inner cities? No, it wasn't. Let's see here. Okay, somebody's saying white power. All right, let me get this person out of here. All right, he's out of here. He's talking about white power. Get out of here, too crazy. But when do you sleep? All the time. The Fed is an illegal monopoly owned by the little hats. Probably. Should we limit the amount we invest for the next quarter? Limit? No, I would be consistent. Pick a strategy and stick with it. That's what I do. Is the All Black National Convention in September this year? No, it's in October. What should I be doing my money in my late 20s with my money? Investing consistently. And thinking about what your dreams are so you can use money as a tool to live a better life. What do you think Black families can live in the U.S. and create a community of high percentages of us? They're already doing it. Hereafter Farms, Brother Ben X is doing that. It's really, really great. I'm investing in that. What do you think about the mayor of Chicago's proposal for asset forfeiture? I haven't heard about that, but I don't like the mayor of Chicago. How much impact will the upcoming midterms have on Black America? Probably not much. How are AMC shorts getting away with not covering? That I don't know. I wouldn't buy AMC stock. What do you think about the Liberation Party of Virginia supporting reparations? I think that's awesome. I got to look that up. What should you do? Buy a house or start a business? It depends on who you are. I started a business before I bought a house. Should Black people stop voting? I'm not telling anybody what to do. I don't vote if I'm not getting something for my vote. But I'm not telling anybody what to do. I've never told anybody not to vote. I love Call of Duty. I do too. Is a holding company a good protection for personal assets? Talk to your lawyer, but I would say yes. Let's see here. When are you next in the Bay Area? I'm supposed to go there in the spring, but I don't know if that's going to happen just because, the pandemic and stuff. I enjoyed the All Black National Convention in Orlando last year. Cool. I hope you come to the next one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Where do you see crypto IoTechs? I don't know what that is. Sorry. I don't know much about it. I'm a medical student looking to get into the medical supplies business. What should I research? I would find people that are already in the business and pay them to mentor you. What are your thoughts on for the markets and blacks this year? I think that this year is going to be very volatile for the stock market. So be careful. Let's see. Should I sell my Bitcoin? I'm not going to sell mine. Will you ever come to Cincinnati? Maybe one day. Not sure. Don't have it on the schedule though. What are your thoughts on Navient writing off 1.8 billion in student loans? I think that's great. I think it's well, they should write them all off. Like they should forgive a lot of those student loans because it's not, to me, it's illegal debt. It's not ethical debt. What do you think about Sherry Woods in terms of investing? Kathy Wood. I like Kathy Wood. I think she's good long term. Short term, she's going to get hurt, but long term, she's going to be a winner. Which class do you recommend for beginning stock learners? Not sure which to join on your website. I would join the stock market investing program, the Black Stock Market program. There's very basic information, advanced information, probably 400 lectures in there that I've done over time. So you could just literally watch it like Netflix. You know, there's literally, except there's more probably, it almost feels like there's more content than Netflix, although there will be a lot of content. But there's a ton of stuff. I've literally been putting content in that class for 5 years. So there's a ton of stuff in there. And I like to explain investing from a very happenstance kind of way. And that's kind of the benefit of the background that I have. You know, I'm not like a lot of other stock market type people. Like a lot of people just kind of talk about it because they made a little bit of money during the pandemic and they feel like they're an expert now. I think about it more so from the foundational aspect of it. Like what is risk? You know, what is the value of a stock? Where does it come from? I mean, these are all mathematical equations. There's a way to look at almost every variable that affects the value of your assets. What is investing? What, you know, all those questions, I see them very differently from I think a lot of people. Like if somebody says, "Oh, I was a stockbroker," that doesn't mean a lot. That just means you sold stock. You know, but that's like saying I was a car salesman. But a car salesman is very different from somebody who can design and engineer a better car, right? So as a PhD, you have to be able to design and engineer better financial models. You don't just recite what's in the book. You actually see it from a more fundamental standpoint where you're able to kind of break it down in a different way. So one of the things about investing, for example, that you may not know is that you've been an investor your whole life. Even before you started investing, you've been investing your whole life. You've been wealthy your whole life. You just didn't know it. And that's because you've been trained to believe that wealth is all about money, that if you have no money, then you have no wealth. That is simply not true. And also the reason that that's a flawed way to kind of look at wealth. I'm going to stop answering questions because my wife is here. It's time for me to go in a minute. But the reason you don't want to get caught in that line of thinking is because that will inherently make you a white supremacist. Why do I say that? Well, because if you measure wealth solely by how much cash you have, well, who has all the cash in America? It's white people. It's white people. So to some extent, if you think that money is power and that's the only way to have power, and white people have all the money, then they have all the power. And then a lot of people just end up bowing to that. That's where you get these celebrities in Hollywood that will do anything for $1, you know. But so you have to see your value that goes beyond just how much money you have in order to really compete effectively with white supremacy. Because if you don't do that, then you're going to show up feeling like you're like a fraction of your adversary. And that's simply not the case. You have a lot of wealth in your community. You have to see it, because if you don't, you're going to also give a lot of it away. If you don't see your worth, you will waste it. Just like a bad relationship. You ever see a person that trying to date where they got low self-esteem and don't see their own worth? What do? They date turds. They date crappy people. They let people kick them around and mistreat them. Why? Well, because you don't see value in yourself. Right. So black people, because that self-esteem is low and because you measure wealth solely by how much money you have in your pocket, white people end up showing up and they say, "Hey, Negro, I'll give you money if you buck dance for me." And we're like, "Okay, boss, I'll buck dancing for you so I can get the money." And then they give a bunch of money to the buck dancing Negroes and you look at them and you think that they're the successful ones. No, the people with the most money are not the most successful black people out here. The most successful black people in many cases are the black people who've been completely rejected from mainstream society. Those are your heroes, in my opinion. Those are the ones who understood their value and didn't need somebody else's validation, right? So I just think that in general, money is important. I understand money. I've seen it from a lot of different angles and stuff, but I really think money isn't the same as wealth. Like, just make sure you never get the two twisted, because black people give away wealth all the time. Think about it. Where did white people get all the money from? Where did they get all their wealth from? They didn't get it from cash. They got it from labor. They made you slaves. They made you go out and, milk the cows and clear the fields and do all the work. And they got rich off that because they manufacture products with your labor. Look at college sports. Why is it such a big deal that Deion Sanders is getting top black athletes to go to HBCUs? Well, because top black athletes are $1 trillion commodity. They're $1 trillion asset. That's why they're mad. Wars get started over battles for resources. So they're going to go to war with Deion over this. They're livid because when Deion gets a kid to go to Jackson State and he was supposed to go to Florida State, they're like, wait a minute, you messing with our money, partner. We're not going to have that. So ultimately, what I just encourage you to kind of understand is that investing wealth and money goes deeper than that. And honestly, I used to have fun teaching kind of everybody, and I don't mind doing that, but I think the more I do this stuff, the more out of sync I am with some of the BS that I see out here. I mean, I see so much ignorance being celebrated. I'll see people, they'll listen to some stupid celebrity talk about investing, and it's like, and I know that person's financial situation. I'll be like, that person is terrible with money, but you think he's smart because he got a record deal. Like, are you kidding me right now? So I personally just think that for young people, I would encourage you to listen to everybody and really listen to the OGs. Listen to some of the people who knew what the black community looked like before they started turning you into clowns. Before you started looking up to Dr. Dre because he made the Chronic, or you stop looking at the Forbes list and it's full of people like Diddy who do a lot of talking but don't really get nothing done. Go talk to Dr. Claude Anderson. He talks about back in the day when we had businesses, man. We had whole communities. Like we own, you could go down to black parts of town and it wasn't like messed up and crazy. It wasn't like everybody getting shot on every block. You literally had fancy restaurants and movie theaters and stuff that were owned by black people. You own sports leagues. Now you don't own nothing. You own college degrees and student loans. That's what you got. And then you look up to rappers because they're always going to pay the Negro who acts like the biggest ass. They're always going to pay the black person who says and does the things that nobody else will do. That's what they're going to do. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I believe, and I'm sticking with it. All right, I got to go, guys. I'm about to get out of here. Me and my wife about to go watch. We started watching this Kevin Costner show called Yellowstone. It's actually pretty good. You ready to go watch the episode, babe? You waiting for me? All right. So she's waiting for me, and she's cute. So I got to go hang out with this pretty lady that's giving me all her attention. So love you guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you could. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Also, if you want to come to class tomorrow, we're going to strictly stock, strictly business, and I will answer all of your questions. You can submit your questions in advance. I will research them and look them up. Just go to boycewatkins.com, or if you're watching on Instagram, just hit the link in the bio, and you can join us for class. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good day. God bless you. Take care now. Peace.